Hey Angels, I've had a few people request how to do a MailChimp newsletter since we currently don't have a newsletter for the company. So again, I use MailChimp. I just like it because it's free. I've actually paid for the service now because of how many people I have, but I think it's up to 1,500 names and emails. You get it for free. So what you of course want to do first is log into MailChimp. So when you get to their website, this is what it looks like. If you don't have an account, sign up. If not, log in. I have already done that, and it brings you up to the dashboard. So for me, I can see all of the emails that I have sent. Well, not all of them, but they show you like the top 5 and whatnot, who's unsubscribed. You know, if they ever report you as spam, it will tell you anything like that, which when we do the different adding of lists and whatnot, I will show you how to do that to make it sound a little better. And of course, we want to write on there, this is not spam. So the first thing you do is when you have a party or you have an event, you need to write out those names and emails. If you have a teenager, put them to work. If not, you'll be doing it forever. But what I do is I separate it. So in my lists right here, and of course you will have that as well. I don't think my dashboard looks any different since I paid for it now, because when I did buy it last month, it didn't change. So, but you'll see here, actually, I added you guys, so then that way I can see when you guys are checking the emails that I send you instead of going through my back office. But you'll see here, it's awesome because it tells you how many clicks you have, how many opens, all that fun stuff, subscribers. So this is all of my events and leads and whatnot. I break it down for everything. So, new pros, I break it down because I send them certain emails. This certain job fair I did, this event I did. And then I even have one somewhere down here where it's ordered. People who've ordered from me before, people who've attended a party but didn't order anything, all that kind of thing. And I break it down. And the reason I break it down is because in each section, when you're filling out the list, you can tell them how they got on your list. So they can't say, well, this is spam, I never signed up for it, because either at your events you say, sign up for my newsletter to enter to win a pepper spray, or at the parties you tell them, hey, I'm just going to send you cool stuff. Myself, I tell them when my next self-defense class is, and if you've linked up with a self-defense instructor, you can do that as well and say, hey, our next class is on blah, 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 blah. And then I also tell them our special, and then if there's anything crazy going on. So things like the next week, I'm going to do a customer appreciation party. And so I'm going to, send out an email about that. I was sending them once a week, just so then they had tons of information for me, but it kind of got overwhelming for me, and so I'm sure it was overwhelming for the customer, because think about how much junk mail we get every day. Literally, I open up my email and there's at least 50 to 60 per email account. And so I have gone down to once a month. Occasionally I'll throw in there too, and that's only if something crazy is coming up. And so right now I can put in there that the last couple of days of the month, there's 11 days left. Have you booked your party yet? 11 days left to get double half price items for all hostesses. And I'll throw that graphic in there. And remember, throw as many graphics as you can. People like to look at stuff. They don't like to read stuff anymore. And so I throw those in there. I might throw in there the Valentine's Day special. That one I might even wait till the 1st to send. And then self-defense classes. Oh, and I always have some sort of join. So go over to your campaigns. This is how you're going to send an email, and I can show you guys mine. And I can send you my template as well. I have actually in templates, I have one that I created that I really just, you can see it's my go-to. And it's just the format of it I really love. And I can, again, email you this if you want to use this template. If not, MailChimp actually has tons of different ways to create them, and they have them pre-formatted and everything for you. I always, see up here it says, great meeting you at the UNLV job fair. Now, that's where it says in our email list, hey, this is how you met me kind of thing. And then I have here the buy host join, which is like a year old, but I totally love that graphic. And for this next batch, I might even throw in that digital Damsel logo just because it's awesome. And then you can add words here. And this is if you're going to do whatever. So here, if I was to edit this one right here, you click on the box over on the right-hand side. It has all the ways that you can change it up. And then if you scroll down, you'll see I always put my picture in there. And the reason being is I'm not very good with names. And if I'm not very good with names, other people are not very good with names as well. And so I put my picture in there, so if they met me in person, it's not, who is this woman emailing me? It's, oh, Oh, yeah, now I remember her. And we want to do something like that. And this was my template from when we had the tinies on sale. And so I had a couple of dates free, and I threw that out there to get some free parties. But you can do, whatever you want. So you'll see on the left, I have the Join Our Mission picture. Again, always have some sort of hosting and recruiting in every email you have. And the reason being is at the parties you planted a seed, maybe they didn't bite. If there's somebody like myself who is insanely busy and wants to do a million things, but is learning how to say no, then it might not be a good time right now. Perfect example, a friend of mine sells cabbie clothing, and I love her stuff. Can't usually afford it, but I totally love it. And it took her 3 or 4 months of not harassing me, but just placing seeds properly for me to finally say, you know what, let's do this. And so, of course, I've got that coming up. But it's one of those, you don't want to harass these people too much because they're going to unsubscribe. So you send them just a little bit here and there. And then, of course, add some social media too. So these are all my links for everything. And the reason you do that is sometimes people are going to look at it and go, this is kind of cool, but I'm not really sure. So then, well, let's go check out her website. They click on the website, and when you go in there, you can actually, if I was to edit these, you can see I can change all the links. I can change what I want where, and of course, add in your different ones. So you can see my Twitter there. Make sure it's all your handle. Of course, if you're going to take my template and you want me to email it to you, make sure you change it to your names for everything, because if not, they'll all come to me. But it's really simple. And then after you do this, here, I'll go into one that I already have created so I can show you how it is. We'll go into this one, the one that I sent you guys a couple weeks ago. Okay. Load. Maybe. My computer does not like it right now. Actually, let's replicate it. Okay, so when you have more than one mailing list, like myself, I think I have 70 different things broken up. What you do is you create one, and then you replicate it for every email list. So if I was to take this Happy New Year, click on this arrow and replicate, then I'll show you what to do to send it to the next ones. Okay, so you can see right here, it's sending it to a team. Now when you create an email campaign for the first time, it asks you all this information. That's why I wanted to go in there. So, I'm going to send it to Amber Angel's team. Now, you can send it to certain people in the team. You can break out segments in there, do certain ranks or whatnot. Or, like I said, maybe I came up with this awesome January one, so now I'm going to send it to this group, and then this group, and then this group, and then this group. And so from there, after you click which email list you want to send it to, next, or setup, is how you actually create it. And again, if you use the one that I send you, it'll have you go through all these steps, but it's already pretty much pre-filled out. Campaign name, this is whatever you're going to use. I have literally done ABCDEFG 1, 2, 3. Whatever makes me remember what I'm sending. Email subject is what they have. And then from name. And I have gone back and forth. Sometimes I do Patty Stewart, and sometimes I do your Damsel girl or something like that. And it's just however you address people. So if you say, hey, I'm the stun gun lady, put in there stun gun lady. And it's because you want them to connect with you when they're going through their emails. Think about it here. This is my email. So what's going to make me look at all these emails? I have 35 emails that I haven't checked today. So I want to have something, something in the from name or something in the email subject that makes them think, I need to open this up instead of, oh, just another freaking email. And then the from email address, I myself have a couple of different emails. This, of course, is my primary email. But what if, I'm trying to gear them to something else? If, Digital Damsel I run differently than the rest of my business, then I would change up there. But honestly, just stick with one, because if not, it gets way too confusing. And then here at the bottom, it's awesome too. Tracking. Always make sure that this track opens is there. Reason being is we want to know if people are opening our emails. And then here, we want to know if they're clicking on things. Because every picture you put in there, you can hyperlink. So then when they click on the picture, it goes to a website. And then same thing with plain text. Now, plain text, when you open up an email, here, I'll show you who usually sends me some other cool stuff. Success Factory. Oh, I could have just done that meetup that was there. Okay, so this is HTML. So my email here wants me to display the images. If it was a plain text, all I would see here is the text, not the images, because she sends it from her hyperlinking basically. But that's what they mean by that. And then if you have analytics, you can put that in there as well. And then we don't do any 360 e-commerce. That's actually all run for us through Damsel, so we don't have to do that. And then same thing with link trading and all that stuff. So that's all of it. Now you can program it to auto post as soon as you create the email and send it to your Facebook or Twitter. I love and hate this. I would do it just on the very last one you send. Myself, I have accidentally before put the yes on the Twitter, and then 70 emails later realized that my Twitter feed has blown up with the same exact email or the same exact thing 70 times, and then people unfriend me on Twitter. So if you do it, be careful. And then I always do the authenticate because we want to make sure that we're good to go. So the next would be next or template, whichever you like to click on. And then what it does is this is the one, again, like I said, this is the one that you guys just got. But if I send you my template, it's going to be the exact same thing I just showed you. But you can see here, you can add this little wording up here. I put the picture there, everything I sent to you guys. The name auto-populates if you put this code in there, which is awesome because what I did is I copied and pasted you guys from my back office into my email list system, and then it automatically tells me who I am and who you guys are. And then again here, like if you were to click on this picture for the Tuesday training call, the link goes to our team page. And you can change it. When I'm sending out customer emails, I send it to my website because, of course, I want them, if they click on anything, to go to my website. So you can do that. I do that with all pictures. Doesn't matter. And then in the words here, here, that's in hyperlink saying don't forget to go to our team page. And then the social media at the bottom again. And then when you have done everything and you like the way it looks, again, MailChimp has tons of formats. You don't have to use this template that I created. I just love the feel of it. You go to confirm or next again. And then here it's just saying, hey, if you forgot to do something, this teal blue check marks will be red and it will remind you, hey, you should send that out. And then everything else, the list confirming I'm sending it to the AA team, subject line, you can test your subject line. That's kind of cool too. What they do is they send out 2 emails and they change the line around to see which one works better. And they send it to, if you're sending it to 100 people, they'll send it to 10 people and see which one gets more opens. And then from there, they say, okay, well, Happy New Year, Amperage Angels opened less than Let's Party On, Amperage Angels. And so then they'll send the rest of the 90 people to Let's Party On, Amperage Angels. And then, again, it's just confirming you've done everything. I'm not going to push send right now because you guys don't want the same email again. But what it does is it brings up a little box that says, are you sure you're ready to send this? And you click OK, and then it brings up a little monkey, and it says, yay, you've done, or you've sent yours, or whatever, And then it brings you back to the dashboard page where you can check and see your emails and text, or not your emails, but which ones that you have sent out. So that's pretty much it. I might have just confused you even more than you were before. But contact me anytime, and I'll definitely walk you guys through this. Or if you want me to just show you how to do the lists and how to do the reports and how to do the automation and everything else, just let me know. If nothing else, you guys have an awesome day, and I can't wait to talk to you on Thursday for our team call and show you all the new stuff that Damsel has.